Hi, Broken Arrow. I hope you're having a great Wednesday. We've been looking at the Beatitudes, those statements of Jesus from Matthew chapter 5 that all begin with, "Blessed are." The third Beatitude says, "Blessed are the meek, for they will inherit the earth." Now, most of us don't aspire to be meek because the word meek conjures up the image of someone who is weak and subservient and spineless, someone who walks around with their head down. That's not what Jesus is aiming at. The word in the original language is praus. And for the Greeks, it meant someone who had found just the right balance between being too angry and not angry enough. And we know Jesus found that balance. When his enemies insulted him and questioned his motives and his authority, he always answered calmly and rationally. But we saw Jesus' anger flare when he observed corruption and injustice. When Jesus saw people being swindled by the merchants and the money changers in the temple courts, he was filled with righteous anger. He turned over their tables. He got a whip and drove them out. A good rule of thumb seems to be when someone insults us, we reply with patience and compassion. Jesus calls on us to love our enemies. Jesus instructs us to return good for evil. In other words, we don't hold personal grudges. We're always working and looking for reconciliation. But it is appropriate to be angry at injustice. It's appropriate to be angry at oppression. It's appropriate to be angry at the abuse of children or the exploitation of the weak. It's okay. It's right. It's necessary to be angry sometimes. We need to be angry at those things, and that anger will propel us to action. So to be meek, at least in the original language, is to find that right balance between being too angry and not angry enough. And Jesus says when we find that balance, we'll be given places of authority and leadership. Hope you have a great rest of this day. Please remember, God is good all the time.